Good evening and welcome back to Let's Play Dreamfall, The Longest Journey. When we left off last time, the combined forces of Zoe, April, and Crow were able to get Zoe sprung out of prison. Went pretty well. And then April basically said, well, I'm heading this rebellion, and the Guardian said that this isn't a balance problem, so even though there's a creepy little girl who mentioned me specifically by name, and events indicate this is something straight up to do with me, I'm going to choose to believe that they don't, so good luck! And sent us on our way. But Crow got pretty upset about that, said, hey, when fate calls and you gotta save the world, you step forward and you do it. So now he is Zoe's sidekick. And he suggested we go talk to Brian Westhouse, because he's got a beard, so he's sure to be wise. And I do want to, but first, let's look around town.
She has cat-like features. It's really beautiful.
How nice to get Zoe's perspective compared to, like, Kian's, where all of his is like, they're so different. They're not people. And Zoe, even though she's a human and has come from a world that's only human, she just appreciates the differences.
Old Town's getting too crowded. It just wasn't built to house so many people. People here are still trying to live their lives the way they used to, but it's getting more and more difficult by the day.
They said they were moving us into the ghetto for our own protection. Protection from what?
Blue man. That's not so weird. I've known some blue people. They'd always wash it off later, but still. I get blue.
Every other day, the Azadi are raiding the ghetto.
We've heard this kind of thing before.
It's really warm and cozy. This must be great for the people working here in such cold weather.
Mr. Clax?
I don't believe in judging people by their
curiously
appearance.
shaped cookies.
But that guy looks a bit evil-ish.
Using only the finest organic ingredients, Elguarden bladders, get your virgin's mucus here for your whole love potions, dietary potions, and suicide potions.
Mucus from... Well, I don't think I want to think too much about how he gets that and where he gets it from.
Using only the finest organic ingredients.
I'm not even going to guess what all of this stuff is, but it sure smells great.
Well, it looks a lot like maybe bananas, turnips, or maybe, I don't know, like white carrots or something. It looked lettucey, but then there's some like white tubers thing in there, and some apples and perhaps potatoes in the back. That would be my guess.
I don't know if you're supposed to say non-human, but he's definitely it. I guess magical is a fitting word, all right.
But if somebody is not, if they aren't human, but they are like a sentient sort of creature, you know, and they have like civilization and self-awareness and everything else, do they have to necessarily be magical? I mean, some of them, I would think, wouldn't necessarily be more magical than your average human, right? Some humans can use magic, some don't.
Old Town's not a bad place to be. If only the Azadi would leave us be, like they promised they would.
Oh, he's so cute and cuddly, like a koala bear. That was probably a really horrible thing to say about a person.
That is a fair point. Okay, so where do we want to go here? Get my bearings. Yeah, let's see what's going down at the docks. Going on at the docks.
I like her colour a lot.
I'm only in town for a short visit. I will not stay long. I am better off back home.
It is pretty, the kind of purple there.
That if we only give the Azadi time,
so these are the same things that we've heard from her before.
She looks like a mix between a leopard and a human. I wish I looked like that.
The Azadi can do whatever they wish with me. I will never bow to their goddess.
Good for you. Why am I having trouble out there?
The Azadi won't be satisfied until all of Arcadia belongs to their empire.
She's so graceful. I wish we had creatures like her back home.
I really appreciate getting to hear your thoughts, Zoe. A bit of wonder at this new world, appreciating it, not being all judgy and horrible about it.
I think I've seen him before. What's he doing here?
The Dark People are amazing. They're collectors, and they have a great library containing every book ever written.
Where did you see him before, Zoe? I'm not being careful enough. I don't remember where she's seen him.
Visit Roper's Spells and Filtress for premium quality potions,
Okay.
magical ingredients,
Let's
and made to order.
head up this way. This still is... I want to be able to go down there and I can't. It looks so tempting.
What a character. The steam machinery looks brand new. But what?
Yeah, she looked at all that before. I kind of want to talk to Benrime again. Oh. Oh no! Well, we're not going to talk to her now.
In the name of the goddess and the Six, you will lay down your arms and submit to our swords.
For what?
What?
Stay there. Do not make a move.
Search the premises. Let no one leave.
Leave her
What in the
alone.
name of the Six is going on?
Spare us the theatrics, publican. We know that you shelter rebels.
Rebels? Of course not. This is a peaceful and law-abiding establishment.
If that is the case, you will receive an official apology and recompense from the office of the emissary. But I'm afraid we cannot take your word for it.
The cellar is clear. There's no one else in here, Apostle.
Oh, how about
The second
that?
floor myself.
Oh, now I gotta be this guy.
My men will bring swift justice to the terrorists who hide in this place. It seems you found us. My men will bring swift justice to the terrorists who hide in this place. My men will bring swift justice to the terrorists.
That's enough
who
of the
hide
same
in this
thing.
place.
They said they cleared down here, but just in case there's anything he wants to comment on.
It's a kind of fruit. It smells acrid.
Looks an awful lot like apples. I kind of want him to fail, though. I don't want to defeat any of the rebels. If I fail, he just dies, right? Let's see. I'm not on your side, Kian. Go down. If I could turn away, I'd let you just stab me right in the back, but the game keeps me auto-focused on you. I'm almost positive that this is just going to mean I'm going to have to redo the fight, but just in case. Not that I want Kian to die. I'm still hoping that he becomes a better person, but I don't want to kill this rebel either. Rawr. Yeah, that looks an awful lot like you're going to have to do it over again, and you're going to have to be successful, and you're going to have to kill this guy you don't want to kill. Or at least defeat him. Okay, let's go. Although, is there anything else?
The traitor is innkeeper of this den of dissenters.
You don't know that for sure, you haven't proven it yet. Even though it's correct.
Is there anything you want to tell us?
You're trespassing.
Go you, Benrime. Alright. Let's fight this guy. Dang it. Hate this combat. Okay. Come at me. Maybe I should have just pressed the attack. Come on. Oh, dang it! How come I keep turning to face him except for when it's actually important to face him, huh? Come on. What? I want to use my power attack and just kill him, except I miss a lot, and it's very frustrating. Come on. This is stupid. I should have just tried to fight to win the first time, since I'm probably gonna die. Okay. Drop your weapon. Finally. Ugh, I didn't even want to beat that guy. No, don't do this. Why? And he doesn't even look different from the first guy. I'm just fighting the exact same guy twice in a row. He's gonna kill me. I don't think I've got the skills to make it through this battle alive. Or the patience. Yeah. On the plus side, someone said that Dreamfall Chapters does not have the horrible combat, so we just gotta slog through it in this game. And it's not like there's a lot of instances of combat. It's just frustrating when we have them. Okay. Ugh. Okay. Now the next one. Oops. I just kind of stood there and took that too. Just want this to be done. So I'm being impatient and making poorly thought out moves. You jerks! Stop it! You're so close to dead. Just... Kian! Good grief. Alright, that was awful, but it's done. Moving on. That's really bad news for Benrime, though. I wish they could have tried to, like, jump out a window or something, climb on down another rooftop, something. Because it would go better for her if no rebels were found here. Instead, there were 2 rebels. And they left their swords, and... it's not looking good.
Do not make a move, witch.
Leave her alone!
What is your name? I'll give you one last chance to save your neck, witch. You will help me find someone, or you will die. And not just you. We will send the proprietor of this tavern to Sadir to stand trial for treason. As for your friends who've just left harbor, their ship will be boarded and the supplies confiscated. Do you know how the Azadi punish smugglers?
Please.
Their feet and hands are bound. They are weighed down with metal, and then they are dropped into the ocean.
Please, let them be. They carry only medicine and food.
I have no quarrel with you or your compatriots. I seek only one person. The one my people call the Scorpion.
The... Scorpion?
What do you know of him?
If I tell you about the Scorpion, will you let us go, Benrime? Me, the shipment?
No. But if you lead me to the Scorpion, then yes, I will let you and your friends go. You'll have your food and medicine.
Leave the boat be, Azadi. Please, there are no weapons aboard. It poses no harm to your people.
Well, if it brings aid to rebels, it kinda does, but...
Very well. I will take you to the Scorpion, but only if you give me your word that you will harm no one else.
You have my word.
May the stars forgive me for what I am about to do.
Well, that is a bad piece of luck. We should leave this guy alone.
The inn is closed.
Alright, alright. Good thing he doesn't know who we are. This lady's still here, wanting to set me up with her grandson who's not interested.
She's a sprightly old lady.
Are you married?
Great grandson.
My great grandson runs a tailor shop on the west side. He doesn't know any girls, though he does have a number of young, handsome male friends.
How goes the spice sales?
I'm glad I could help him get his delivery of spices.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you were a fairy queen, young lady.
Indeed. Well.
Last call for fresh fish today.
I don't stick out, but I feel so alienated.
I hear that Coruscant is negotiating with the Azadi for a treaty. If that happens...
Is there a reason to go over here? On the off chance that Clara's back with baby, but I don't think they will be. I have a feeling now that she's got baby, she's going to try to hide out somewhere else entirely. Okay, yeah, and we don't really want to go... We kind of want to go to Friar's Keep. We should leave it well alone, but...
That place looks like bad news.
Looks like. You were in there, nice and close. We can't target this thing anymore? No good. Okay. Alright, so there was no point in going this way, but I just wanted to check. I think we've talked to everyone that I want to talk to. So let's go check in with Crow. Talk to our Brian Westhouse, see what he's got to say.
Got 2 crabs left, fresh and tasty. Crabs for dinner, come get 'em.
And Crow is... this. There we go. Alright, let's do it, buddy.
Hey, Crow. Find any good crumbs?
Are you kidding? This place has got scraps worthy of kings. I just ate something I think might have been in the maggot family, and it was delicious.
That's good. So...
let's go find Westhouse.
I hope you know where we're going, because I have absolutely no clue.
The Southgate Market, right? I know where that is.
Good, because I have absolutely no clue. I know up and down, but that's it.
You should have a decent feel for Marcuria, I would think. Although he did spend a lot of it stuffed in a chest and then stuck in a cage. Okay, maybe not. It's pretty excusable that he doesn't know where it is. Alright. So Southgate means... No, not this one. I just went to the wrong door. This is taking me to the harbor. I need the big door with a little door opened up in it.
Visit Roper's Spells and Filtress for premium quality potions, magical ingredients, and
There we go. Hey.
There are a lot of guards in the city.
Nothing much happens around here. Once in a while, a magical tries to leave the ghetto without permission, but that's about it.
Ah. So he wasn't there. Just hang on, Critter. It'll be fine. And she moved. She's not at the stall anymore. She's just sitting here.
I'm thinking about moving back. There are soldiers everywhere. I don't honestly care about politics.
God, the new administration has introduced so many
I'm
taxes and
thinking-
fees, it's hard to make ends meet down here.
Let's talk to this fella. He'll help us again, right?
Business is just fantastic. Ever since you helped me out, I've been blessed with happy customers and a steady supply. You've brought me good luck and fortune.
Well, glad to have helped. Alright. Where am I trying to go here? Okay. Scanned ourselves. We did all that. Back at the security office. I should catch up with some of this stuff, but... And then I'm in prison. The second I came through into this world, there's just no way this is a dream, I ended up right in the middle of the tower square. The guards grabbed me and dragged me here, calling me a witch and a terrorist. There was nothing I said that could convince them otherwise. That man who interrogated me seemed to believe me, but he didn't do anything about it, so now I'm stuck here, in a cold cell. Yay, April has found me and she sent her friend Crow to help me. Crow's a talking bird. Yeah, I'm starting to get used to the weirdness of this place. Too used to it. Anyway, Crow wants me to look around and find a possible way out of here. Crow's delivered the goods. I should be able to melt that lock with the acid potion and knock the guard out with the smoke bomb. I'll just have to get close enough to hit my target, but not so close that he notices me. So, Zoe, stay low and aim well. The guard's out of commission and the coast is clear. Now I'll have to find a way out of this horrible place. There's no way past the guard on the floor below, but he's waiting for a sandwich to be delivered. I don't know if that information will be helpful to April, but it can't hurt. If nothing else, I guess it could get her into the building. That's a start. Oops. Told Crow I wanted to walk around before we go look for this Westhouse guy. I'll need to return to him when I'm ready. Okay. So we walked around. Crow left for the Southgate Market to find Westhouse. I'll need to go there to meet them both. That's where I am. I was hoping it would give me a little more clues, but... Alright. Look around, then. This is the Southgate Market, right? Yeah. Ah, there they are. I just needed to look a little.
Zoe, over here!
I see you guys now. Hey, fellas.
Good afternoon, young lady.
Good afternoon, Bra Guy.
Crow here tells me you're a friend of April Ryan.
I know her, yeah. I'm Zoe Castillo.
Yeah, I don't know if she considers me a friend,
Brian
but...
Westhouse. You and April had a falling out?
Well...
Of sorts. Look, I'm sorry, but Crow told me you might be able to help.
I might? What is it you need my help with?
To get home, I guess. To... Stark.
I figured as much. I'm afraid I can't help you with that, Miss Castillo, but I know someone who might.
Who?
Her name is the White Dragon, and from what I understand, Crow, you know where to find her.
I do. I can be of assistance. Yes!
Dragon? Like in big, flying, fire-breathing lizard?
Actually, no.
More like skinny, pretty, with legs to kill for. I don't think she breathes fire, although she can get pretty fired up, if you know what I mean.
Oh, Crow.
Anyone? Anyone? Sheesh.
So where is she, this dragon person?
In a library. It's where all the hot chicks go, apparently.
Of course.
She's in a place called the Dark People's City. If you know how to find it, it moves around with the ocean's currents.
And getting there could be a problem.
But Crow's just been there. Haven't you, Crow?
Sure have. I spent several months there, learning the ancient art of sitting on my butt. Feathers.
And you know how to get back?
Sort of. Ish. I know the general direction. I remember the winds. They smelled like cinnamon and rose tea, wrapped in a fragrant bouquet of fresh bull mule excrement.
Delightful.
But I can't point it out on a map, because maps just look like a confused monkey's scribblings to me. And I won't be able to lead a boat there. The waves make me all sick and disoriented.
So how are we going to get there?
We won't have to take a boat. We'll fly.
Huh?
Uh-huh. I'll just wait here while the two of you grow some wings, shall I?
Where we're going, Crow, we won't be needing wings.
Roper's old castle? Oh. Airship. Wow. Fancy.
I'm telling you, anything that flies without wings can't be trusted. It's against nature and all that's holy. But hey, no feathers off my bones. If it comes crashing down, I'm not the one who'll be needing wings.
Your friend, he'll just lend it to us.
He owes me a favor. Besides, NPS, that would be the Northlands Parcel Service, has just upgraded their airborne fleet. This baby...
It's an old clunker, eh?
...was one of the first they leased from the Azadi 7 years back, and even then, she was getting on. The new ones are faster, bigger, slicker, but she'll do just fine for our purposes.
So you're coming with us?
Coming with you? Wouldn't miss it for the world, Miss Castillo. This is one adventure I'm definitely looking forward to. Besides, you'll need me to fly her for you.
Fair point.
She'll take some getting used to.
I don't know. I still don't trust a bird without wings. I'm keeping my eyes on you, sister. One wrong move, and bam! You'll feel the wrath of my beak.
Well, it seems like a very peaceful way to get around. Nice and pleasant. As long as there's nothing flying around up in the skies with us that would attack. This is Arcadia, you never know. So it's something... Is it just the two of us, human-wise, and then Crow? And that's the only kind of... That's enough crew to get this thing going? It's pretty convenient, actually, if it only needs...
How are we doing?
Like a couple people.
Just fine.
For a crew.
This ship's a real beauty. She basically flies herself.
There we
she
go.
just needs a tiny nudge now and again, but other than that...
So, Mr. Westhouse...
Call me Brian, please.
Brian.
Bright child,
when
running
did you come to
wild.
Arcadia?
Oh, that was a long, long time ago. Too long. I traveled across the divide in 33. 1933, that is.
What? And you're how old exactly?
That depends on how you figure.
I may be getting on, but I'm not that old. No, I got unstuck from time, and I was caught between worlds for a while. Not a pleasant experience by any measure of things, but I got out, and I made a life for myself in Marcuria. I'm never going back to Stark. And I'm fine with that. I've made peace with my past. Arcadia's my home now.
Stark would be so strange for him now. It's been so long. Yeah. Tell me about the Stark you knew.
Where did you come from?
Boston, USA. Back when there was a USA. Hell, back when there was a Boston.
They're still there, both of them.
Huh.
How did you end up here? Are you a shifter?
Most certainly not. I mean, if I was, I would probably have gone back at some point. No, I made my way through the divide by more unconventional means.
Give me some detail
I'm
about
not
that.
Old, mind you. Something happened that got me unstuck from time. It wasn't the best idea I ever had, but still, here I am in good health, and with all my limbs intact. I shouldn't complain.
Although you did for a while. But it's good that he's moved past that.
Have you seen a lot of this world?
I'd say so. When Marcuria was invaded by the Tyrant hordes 10 years ago, I was forced to leave the city. I first traveled east across the Northlands to a place called Irhad, the Sun Empire, and then south across the Great Ocean to the continent called the Southlands. After that, well, there's not much left in this world that I haven't seen. I've even been to the Azadi Empire.
Yeah?
But I have to say that I like the Northlands, and Marcuria best of all. It feels like home.
Well, you did live there for a number of years, so that makes sense. Yeah, tell me more about the Tyrant and how that all shook out.
What are the Tyrant?
They were a barbaric people who lived on the Western Plains. 10 years ago, they invaded Marcuria.
Were?
The Azadi killed them all when they liberated the city. If there are any left, they're few and scattered. The Tyrant took the city during a time of great upheaval, but they didn't hold it long. The Azadi arrived in their ships soon after and drove them out. It's almost frightening how quickly the Tyrant were wiped out.
Yeah.
The Azadi showed no mercy.
No attempts to negotiate? I don't know, I mean, if they were totally destroyed, it kind of feels like... I don't want them to have been annihilated, that's a little horrible. They attacked, and that was a terrible thing to do, but if they could have been repelled and then perhaps reached some sort of peace and learned from their mistakes, that would be ideal. Can't support genocide.
Where did the Azadi come from?
Far west. Almost 10 days' journey by boat. In their airships, however, or cloud ships, it doesn't take many days to cross the ocean.
You've visited their continent?
I've passed through it, so to speak. Their capital, Sadir, is just amazing. It's built across a huge river delta where 6 rivers meet. It's a holy place.
They let you just wander freely through their city?
I passed as a traveler in their lands. It's not closed to outsiders, and as long as you respect the Azadi and their customs, they give you passage.
They don't try to immediately convert you?
It's such a different culture from what we're used to, but they're an interesting people, and I found my visit to be highly educational. What they're doing in Marcuria, though, it's certainly controversial. On one hand, they brought freedom and peace. On the other hand...
Not really freedom, though.
They've rounded up the Magicals, stuck them in a ghetto, and God knows what they intend to do with them next.
When do we get to the Dark People's city?
From what our feathered friend said, it'll be another day or so. Are you okay?
Yeah. I'm just feeling a bit restless.
Well, there's not much to do here. You can look around the cabin for a bit, talk to Crow, or take a nap back in the hold. There's a bed there.
Thanks. Maybe I will.
First we're gonna look around a bit and talk to Crow. Also,
Mr. Westhouse seems to be a good pilot. Not that I would know. Maybe we're way off course.
Well, I mean, really the key thing is we're trying to follow Crow, right?
Still feeling restless, Miss Castillo?
Yeah, I just want to see if you had anything more to say.
I guess that's understandable, being cooped up like this.
Maybe I'll go and take that nap now.
Don't.
Good idea.
So if I go there, is it going to immediately take me to the nap?
Crow looks a bit worse for wear.
How do you like being kind of shut in here, Crow? If we needed to follow the sense of the air currents, then it seems like this wouldn't help us figure out where we need to go.
I'm feeling seasick.
Seasick? Aren't you used to flying?
That audio crackle.
Flying, yes. Flying is no problem. Flying is flapping your wings and praying for a good tailwind. This isn't flying. This is torture.
So why don't you jump out there and fly instead?
What? And catch a cold? Are you kidding me? You do know that it's freezing out there, don't you? And it's not like I can keep up with this infernal machine. My wings are made for comfort flying, not marathons. No, I'll stay here. I'll just find a corner to go throw up in instead.
Well, it doesn't need to come to that. Okay, I do want to know what the burning question is, but first let's talk about April.
How long have you known April?
That depends on how you look at it. We go way back, but I haven't really seen her since way back.
What happened?
She sent me on my merry way. She wanted to go find herself, which actually means go lose everyone else. I can recommend it, though. It's very liberating. I went off to find myself recently, and I have nothing but good things to say about it. You see, I was about to get married, and...
To a bird? I mean, not a woman. Well, yes, a woman. A female bird. Someone with wings. Like you.
Yes, that's right. A bird. Anyway, so the idea of settling down, building a nest, starting a family... I don't know. I started freaking out. So I went on a journey of inner discovery.
Alright, I do want to know all about that. So...
You went on a journey of discovery?
Inner discovery. A quest for personal understanding. A mission of self-realization. A voyage of inward fulfillment. A trek to the...
Got it.
Okay, yes. I get it. You wanted to find yourself.
And it worked?
It's brilliant. You desert everyone, abandon your responsibilities and relationships, and focus completely on your own personal misery.
So it's selfish.
It's a douche for the soul.
You know, Crow, I think you may have misunderstood what finding yourself is all about.
Oh,
what?
Goodness.
No, April showed me how it's done. I can't believe I didn't do it sooner. I feel so much lighter. Not a care in the world.
That's horrible.
Except for, you know, the total and abject misery in my heart and soul.
Yeah. Knowing that you abandoned all these people. Is this the same thing?
So you abandoned your
more about
fiancé
it. Okay, good.
to go on a selfish journey of inner discovery.
Uh-huh.
Abandoned is a strong word. Left? Deserted? Forsook? Yes, yes, and yes. Slipped away in the dead of night? Sure.
That's terrible.
But it was all for the best.
How?
I obviously wasn't ready to, you know, become a responsible, grown-up, magical bird. Where does one go
How do you think she feels, though?
I asked. Granted, I only asked myself, and I probably should have gotten a second opinion, but there you go. So I decided to seek the center of all wisdom and knowledge in Arcadia.
This Dark People's City?
No, no, no. Some fortune teller in Zan. She stiffed me. It was actually blind luck that I ended up in the Dark People's City. I never intended to go there, but it was a real blessing, I tell you. These guys, they let me read anything I wanted. And I learned a lot. Like, for example, did you know that a Diavan water snake can grow to be almost 200 meters long?
Yeah.
I didn't.
How's this useful knowledge?
I didn't really want to find out either, because now I'm really freaked out by water, but there's not much else to do in the place except read. Read, eat, read, sleep, read, go to the bathroom, and read at the same time. It's really very, very dull.
Unless you enjoy
all
reading.
That introspection gave me perspective. I wisened up, and now I'm ready.
For what?
Ready to get married?
Ready to admit that I'm scared out of my feathers about getting married. So no, still on that journey.
But what about the ladybird that you were going to marry? Consider her feelings in all of this. I mean, in a way, it is for the best that he did this and he left, because now, you know, she sees that he's not someone she can depend on, and hopefully she can move on with her life. But it's really crappy to do that to somebody. Not even have any kind of discussion with her about it or anything, just up and leave. Crow, that was a really jerk move. Alright. I do want to know more about April. Let's just ask this.
What's it like being a talking bird?
My beak is a finely tuned instrument of love. When I speak, girls tremble. And also guys. Guys tremble too, but not in the same way.
Alright.
Right.
So then, more about April?
About April.
I don't understand what happened to her. Oh, she was the sweetest, prettiest, nicest girl you could have ever imagined. And she was a real trooper. Save the world and all. You don't see a lot of people doing that these days. But things didn't turn out the way she thought they would. She couldn't go back to her world, first because she was afraid, and then later because she lost her powers.
Which might have something to do with her being
On top
afraid.
of that, the Azadi were after everyone from Stark. Everyone with special
Really? They were after the
powers,
Stark
everyone
folk
who was
too?
allied with the Magicals. In the end, I think April just snapped. She was so angry. She felt so betrayed. She had to take it out on someone. Fortunately, she decided to take it out on the Azadi. I wanted to stick with her. I really did, despite the yelling and the bitterness. But in the end, she just up and left me. Right in the middle of nowhere, too. I tried looking for her, but after a while I gave up. I got the distinct feeling she didn't want me around anyway. So, I left to begin a new life.
I don't think there's anything you could have done, Crow. Sometimes the people we know and love change, and sometimes that means we have to move on.
Yeah. It's pretty sad, though. Also, his whole anecdote about the ladybird and fear of getting married and stuff, I mean, I think it was a hope all in vain anyhow, but my whole April and Crow, that little romance is never really going to blossom, I don't think. Anyhow.
What powers did April lose?
Her special thingy, being a shifter. First, she didn't want to go back to Stark, and then, one day, she couldn't. Her powers went poof, and no one knows why.
What?
What?
Why did you go, ooh?
Because it's spooky and unexplained.
Spooky. Also, I like saying it. It makes my beak vibrate.
You don't think she lost her powers because she felt her powers were the cause of her misery?
I think you're onto something there, Zoe.
Of course I wouldn't know what... Huh?
Seems to me that she was scared about facing reality again, and she decided that her powers would only bring more pain. So she lost them.
Oh, that's, psychology, isn't it? Oh, brilliant. You human females from Stark are really clever.
Not the males? Brian Westhouse is not included?
If we hit April with a really big frying pan, she'll come to
That's not how it works.
Right?
What? No.
Yes. It's called therapy. I read about it somewhere.
That's therapy in Arcadia, eh?
Well, not read, more like heard. In a seedy tavern near the docks.
Uh-huh.
After 11 thimbles of Mary Minstrom's yellow fire. Just before dawn. On a Monday. But I remember the fella who told me. Big lad. Arms as thick as oak trees. A stunning collection of scars. Nice eye patch. A real therapist he was.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, maybe it was...
Oh my goodness. Oh, Crow.
It was nice chatting with you, Crow. It's been very informative.
Glad to help, doll.
Doll?
I mean, independent and self-reliant female person who's not an object to be ogled at or used solely for my own personal amusement and pleasure.
Mm-hmm. Okay, your story about the therapist was a little bit horrible there, Crow. Oh my god. And the frying pan. If we think about the implications of that, if it really was rapist, that's horrible. That's really horrible. Okay.
Still feeling sick? Talk to you later, Crow.
If I'm not right here, I'm over in that corner, throwing up.
Okay. So then, I want to keep exploring the ship, but I have a fear that if I click on this door, it's just gonna, like, automatically fade to napping in the back, and then we're gonna be there. So, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wind the episode down right here. Please like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this. Come back and next time, we're gonna click on this door. If it lets us explore some more of the ship, great. But if not, then I think she'll nap and we'll wake up and go see about the Dark People City. I want to see Sister Dragon again. That'll be cool. She was a pretty neat character. I want to see how she interacts with Zoe.